working with teenagers, especially teenage boys, now I'm kind of understanding how sad it is for some of the men, because I never thought about it.
Clip that.
It's hard out here.
Like,
it's hard.
some of the girls, proud of them. They're ruthless, but
Proud of them?
yeah.
In the 1990s, a scene like this would have been unimaginable. Any man with a pulse would have approached these women and said, let me buy you a drink, let me take you for a dance or something. But those men learned from the environment.
Okay, so now tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. So I take this girl to Trulux, and she orders the prime ribeye medium with the king crab truffle butter. It looked amazing. It looked amazing.
The next time that we hear Scott Galloway on television say that most men under 30 haven't asked a woman out, remember this story.
She doesn't finish it, puts it in to-go box. We end up leaving. I drop her off at her place. She gives me the weakest side hug ever. I was like, all right, I can tell. Like, I'm never probably going to see you again. I was fine with that, but cool. I get to driving up the street. I'm probably like 3 minutes up the road, and I see her calling, and then I look in the back seat, and I see the to-go box. Am I wrong for putting my phone on do not disturb? I hit her back once I got home, but am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Right.
I like the
I'm with
fact
you when
that
you're
you
right.
did that. I like the fact that you did that, because the way she treated you, right, when she got out the car, and you got to be able to read body language. You got to understand mannerisms. You understand, in that situation, she knew she didn't like you, but she basically saw you as the food guy. You were the food guy.
If dating is going to make guys that these young ladies wouldn't go for otherwise the food guy, then what are you really asking the woman out for in the first place? If she likes you these days, she's going to make it pretty obvious to you. And if she doesn't like you, I mean, why wouldn't she go on a date for some free food, right? I mean, the ladies will tell you the game themselves.
And I'm so sorry that I'm finna say this, but I'm finna keep it all the way 100. Us women know who can get the draws without dropping any bread off. Okay? Maybe you just not that.
Okay. Oh boy. And there you have it. The toilet bowl jungle juice.
Women know they have no interest in those type of individuals. They're really not attracted to them. But, oh, wait, you want to take me out? Oh, a free meal? They're definitely going. They're definitely going. You got to be able to decipher the two. Especially a woman that would say, we have to go to certain restaurants. We got to go on a certain outing for it to be considered a date.
Yeah.
That's a red flag in itself.
The toilet bowl jungle juice.
The one thing I hate about dating or meeting someone new is you never know who they really are, because all you're meeting their representative.
Correct.
You meet everybody's representative, and you never know a person's true colors until things aren't going well.
Jungle juice.
For you guys that have been following me for a while, you know that I've been studying Chinese, and one of the difficulties I'm having in the transition from Japanese to Chinese is that Japanese is not a tonal language. This is from today's paper. Ryage de wa kawaru anata no okane. Jutaku no ron, yokin, buka wa soku kaisetsu. So, as you know, the interest rates were raised today in Japan. They're at 0.75%. They're the highest they've been in, I think, 30 years. And it's a big deal. But that said, you don't hear any changes in the inflections of my tone. And so I tried to learn Chinese the same way. And I just did not have a lot of luck remembering how to pronounce the words. The story this teacher is going to tell, she's a teacher, about the young girls being ruthless, and she's actually proud of it. And the boys coming back kind of emotionally broken because they expressed their feelings to the girls, and, you know, the girls weren't very nice in how they accepted it, kind of mirrors my last test. I went into the test studying the same way I had done for Japanese, and it just didn't work. I got clobbered, and I learned a lesson similar to what the boys in this school learned.
And I'm working with teenagers, especially teenage boys. Now I'm kind of understanding how sad it is for some of the men, because I never thought about it.
Clip that.
It's hard out here.
Clip
Like,
It's hard.
some of the girls, proud of them. They're ruthless, but
Proud of them?
yeah. Some of the little boys, like, they have a huge heart, and And I've had my students come in crying, like breaking down, telling me like, why doesn't she love me like I love her? And that situation, I'm like, it's okay. Like, you're going to be okay. You're a good kid. Like, we got to focus on you. So it's a lot of that. They turn into
demons after that.
Yeah.
Your middle school and your high school breakup, that molds you for the rest of your life.
Just like the boys in that teacher's class who went up to those girls and opened up their hearts and emotions to those girls only to get struck down and have the teacher say she's proud of it. I came back from my last test thinking that I was going to be ready for it going into it, and I came back with my tail between my legs because I was forgetting something extremely important. When I was studying before, I would look at these words Kong Tiao, Pizhou, Chunshu, Jaga, Hanyu, and I thought that I was ready for the test, but I was not studying the right way. And so I had to change it up. If you didn't know, Chinese is a tonal language. It has 4 distinct tones and a neutral tone. My biggest mistake going into my last test was that I didn't spend enough time focusing on the tones, and much of the listening test information just flew right by me. So I used a mnemonic device so that I could get the tones better. I used black for the first tone, and I use a computer as a mnemonic device. It's like a running computer. E, R, E, San, E, Yong. For students learning Chinese as a foreign language, that second tone is the most difficult. It's like a rising tone. So I use the idea of coffee. R, E, R, San, R, S. The third tone is a low struggle tone. I use red and the idea of the X-wing sunk in the lake on Dagobah. So it goes San, E, San, R, San, Yong. The fourth tone might be the easiest. It's just a very strong sound and it drops off very quickly. I use blue. It's like jumping into a pool or a lake, and I use the mnemonic device of Rocky because he's always getting knocked down. So it goes S, E, S, R, S, San, S. Pretty simple, right? These are a show of the adaptations I had to make so that the next time I walk into the test, I can understand what's going on, because the test is something that I've never experienced before. And the young guys are understanding that this new dating game also requires a new approach.
Now, chat, you have to understand, paying for coochie is cheaper than free coochie. I'm going to say that again. Paying for coochie is cheaper than free coochie. Because here's the thing about paying for coochie. You pay, you're in and you're out. Nothing, no strings attached, no cuddling, no nothing. You're paying for your time almost. You're paying for her time, and you're also paying for yours.
What a I'm paying for it tonight, gang. I ain't doing all that hunting and shit. I'm hopping straight on the website, gang. So y'all don't be paying for shit. I be paying for that shit, gang. This shit normal to me.
Wait, are we talking about the same?
Sometimes, gang, when you got that money, you feel me? It's best. That's what I'm saying.
When you get the free coochie, you have to be an entertainer. You have to get a bottle. You might have to get some. You might have to take her out on a date. No, it's never actually free coochie. Okay.
How much cost?
I mean, it really depends on the hoe, but anywhere between like 60 to 1. It depends though.
Well, it's not bad. I ain't gonna lie. I'll pay way for
some exotic. It be some exotic Latina shit on the website. You can pay 180 and just.
Because here's the thing: if I pay $200 for a thick Latina, fat, big titties, who knows? That might even be $200, and that's a lot. But even $200 is less than a date. $200 is less than a date. I don't know what restaurants you're taking y'all girls to, but my bill does not come up to $200. My shit at least $350.
As long as you send that payment, you could, bro.
The toilet bowl jungle juice.
Before evolving my study method, this is the way that the words looked to me before I went to the test and promptly got my behind busted. But with my color code system, now they look like this to me. Even when I see them in black and white, I can remember the color code. So I can read Kong Tiao, Pizhou, Chunshu, Jaga, Hanyu. And the mistake that I was making saying, wo xianzai xue shi hanyu, should have been, wo xianzai xue shi hanyu. See the difference? And what's happening now with many of the young guys is that they're seeing, instead of going into this dating game where the young ladies are saying, hey, I like free dinners and dates, but I have no intentions of getting serious with you. Guys are saying, well, I thought we were dating to move to something serious, and heaven forbid you start talking to guys that are on the other side of a baby mother situation that's gone wrong, or paying support payments on the end of a marriage where they can't even get a proper greeting or even acknowledgement or thank you. It's just, this is what you're supposed to pay because darn it, it's your job. I'm sure that many of those guys are saying, you know what? If I could have just taken this money that I'm giving to this person that won't even give me a proper acknowledgement and just paid someone to have a good time, that would be mimicking what we're hearing from the younger guys saying, listen, these chicks out here, they're straight for the money. So if that's the game, then how about I just pay up front? Now, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but what I am saying is that it is the new feature of a game, and if you don't evolve, then you're going to get taken. It's not right or wrong. It's not fair or unfair. It's just what is. Now, did I think we would be here 10, 20, 30 years after hearing Ooh La La and Boyz II Men? No, I did not. But here we are. And either you evolve or you're going to be one of the suckers that these young ladies are looking for so they can put you in their phone as free hot meal with no intentions of anything in the first place. For some guys, maybe it's more true than ever before that the free costs more than paying up front. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you next video. Take care, guys.